Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. I remain your facilitator, and I will be talking audit duty and auditing of cooperative society. Our expectation is that every student at the end of this session should be able to describe the audit duty and auditing of cooperative society. Every student should be able to discuss the purpose of audit, method of audit, and audit duties, as well as inspection report checking and auditing, as well as payment vouchers as it concerns a cooperative. Concerning audit and auditing of cooperative society, the director of cooperative appoints a cooperative assistant to audit cooperative societies. He may also appoint a chartered accountant or an auditor to audit the cooperative society. In the past, the director of cooperative had exercised his power by empowering some state cooperative federations in the southern part of the country to set up audit departments in their respective organizations and employ cooperatives auditors who are to audit the books and records of the registered societies in their respective states. However, in the eastern and northern part of the country, this development is not in place. Audit duties are carried out by cooperative assistants from the cooperative department. Now, what's the purpose of audit? What's the purpose of audit? Now, the purpose of audit is to ascertain whether the books of the society correctly records the transaction of the society and that the annual account shows the true state of the society's transaction. It is also to inspect and report on the cash on hand by the organization as at the date of the audit. Now, we have different methods of audit. The auditor collects the books and record of the organization consigned and does the job in the premises of the society using a brown colored pencil. All the altercations and erasures should be ringed, that is circled, and the correct figures written at the side. No pencil entry should be ticked, while the ticked entries, initials, and written comments should be made in the society's books unless prior authority had been obtained from the director. The work of the auditor is normally divided into three parts. One part is the mechanical audit, the second part is the administrative audit, and the third and last part is the writing of the report of the audit. Now, what are the audit duties? Okay, but still there. During the period of auditing, the cooperative assistant and whoever is auditing must methodological and must take his time, follow step by step, and painstakingly and cautiously do this work. He must not approach his work with the air of suspicion from the onset of his work. Rather, he should proceed with the audit, believing that everything is in order until otherwise discovered. Then he must probe into the very root of the problem and ascertain the true position of the things he has observed. When the auditor has collected all the necessary books to be audited, he would complete an audit analysis which will show which books are available and unavailable or not applicable. Now, audit duties. The auditors must satisfy himself that every entry in any book is properly supported by a document, a receipt, or payment voucher, and that each item is properly posted to the correct ledger, posted in the correct ledger. Now, he should also ensure that balances listed in the balance sheet accurately represent the value of asset or amount of liability. Now, we also have inspection report checking and audit. Actual auditing and mechanical auditing. The auditor normally follows an audit program which provides him with guidelines on how to check the relevant books of account and records. It is important to mention that the type of books involved in this process, the auditing depends on, this process of auditing depends on the type of society being audited. When auditing, the auditor will do the following. Number one, cash and fixed deposit receipt books. He has to cross-check issues or receipt books with the receipt book register and initial the items in the register. Cross-check all the duplicates or counterfoils receipt relating to the member's loan savings with the monthly analysis book. He has to cross-check cash receipts for produce sold with particulars of sales book. He has to cross-check duplicate cash receipts and fix deposit receipt with cash book in the details while paying particular attention to the amount in figures and words. Now, we also have the payment voucher. The auditor should verify the vouchers are properly authorized and that they specify the nature of transaction. He has to check the computation on payment vouchers in paying attention to every detail. He has to verify the name of the payee using the receipt given in acknowledgement. In case of withdrawal of savings and other payments to members, signatures and thumbprints should be verified with the specimen in the membership and attendance register. In the withdrawal or deposit, ensure that the original receipt issued is attached to the members or to the payment voucher marked, and it should be marked paid, initialed, and dated. It has to check, number 5, it has to check the amount on payment vouchers relating to members with monthly analysis relevant to their chief society. Number 6, payment voucher relating to the total payments for each consignment should be checked into sales books and particulars of receipts for produce by a member into the produce book. Original produce receipts should be surrendered at the time of payment and cancelled. Number 7, check payment vouchers relating to the purchase of stock into register and compare with seller's bills. Number 8, verify vouchers for capital expenditure with minute book. Number 9, check payment voucher with cash book and have vouchers with attachments cancelled boldly and initialed. Number 10, check payment vouchers in every other respect before cross-checking it into cash book and ticking every item checked. Now let's talk about the cash book a bit. Now, in number 1, check deposit and withdrawal into the bank passbook, cross-check and tick all cash and bank inquiries, verify all unsupported receipts and payment. Number 4, call for missing receipts and vouchers, and if available, list in observation book and check with any available references. Number 5, check petty cash into petty cash book and verify the balance. Number 6, check any impress account into impress book. Number 7, see that all items have been ticked, and so on and so forth. Now let's move straight to inspection report. Inspection report. Now, as mentioned earlier, in areas where cooperative auditors are not employed by the state cooperative federation, the cooperative assistant does the job of the cooperative auditor, the actual auditing and mechanical audit. It is important to mention that types of books involved in the process of auditing depends on the type of society being audited. I think I've said this before. Okay, I think we've talked about this before. We've talked about the payment voucher. We've talked about the cash book. Okay, now let's talk about the produce book. We've talked about all this before. Okay, now concerning the produce book, compute net amount payable for produce, and I think we've talked about all this. Let me just keep it. And even the trial balance will also be checked. The loan bonds will be checked. The final accounts and trial balance date will be checked. The final account and the trial balance date should be checked. When examining and ticking and cross-checking and cross-ticking of the individual books and records have been completed, auditors should proceed to audit the final account, verify their trading and administrative expenses are properly charged and their outstandings are correctly computed and brought to the account. It should then check the balance sheet thoroughly. Now, statistical return. It has to check these into the personal ledger, membership and attendance register, and sales book. Then it verifies all other particulars and sign in full. In essence, Every student should try to attempt the in-course assignment, try to discuss the advisory duty of the cooperative manager, discuss or try to describe the conduct of inquiry and preparation of inquiry report, describe the activity of the commissioner after completion of the report and action of the director of cooperative after inquiry. Number 4, discuss the audit duties and auditing of cooperative society, the purpose of audit, method of audit, and auditor duties. All right, thank you for listening today. Looking forward to seeing you next time. If you have learned from these videos, click the notification button. Please give it a thumbs up so that others can see it or will see it. Always remember to subscribe if you have not done so. Until next time, keep learning.